my Scorpio collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 5-card draw. What do I need read for this new moon in Gemini, waxing to full. And Capricorn, I am your reader. Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hey. You know you like your secrets, Scorps. My older brother's one of y'all. Let's get down to business, shall we? We are doing a specific timeline read. This is not a timeless reading. A 5-card draw for this new moon in Gemini on Thursday, June 10th, 6:50 something a.m., a little early in the morning for me, unless I'm already up. Great time if you're going to get up and like nail it with the sunrise. Eastern, by the way, I'm in New York, because, you know, New Yorkers don't really proclaim where we are from all that much. Said no one ever. It does go void, of course, later that day on Thursday, 1:36 p.m. Eastern, so that's kind of a short window if you work, right? If you're, you know, at home, working from home, you could probably crank something out there. But it will be void, of course, until it goes into Cancer the next day, June 11th, 3:23 a.m. So you can wake up in Cancerian energy, and I just have a feeling for all the romantic stuff, it's going to be a big day for casting, for intention work. The moon in Cancer on a Friday, creative cardinal water on the day of Frigga, the day of Venus, vendredi, oh, c'est vendredi. Lovely, 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 lovely. So that's what this reading is for. I just started doing, you know, 1-card draws, 1 card from different decks to get different points of view from the divine, the many pantheons that I work with. This time, and it's actually been the past couple of reads I've done this way for Waxing Moon, they've turned into spell kits. We're taking 5 decks that really represent fire, earth, air, water, and spirit. That's the 5 magical elements, right? The pentacle and all of that. The process of manifestation, bringing spirit down into matter. Healing is the reverse process of bringing matter into spirit. It's a long story. We're not going there right now. So this time we're doing 4 oracles in a healing system. I'll call out what pantheons, because I just don't draw cards. I actually make a prayer every single time. It's just the grace of prayer is strong with this one. So I pray all day long. Oh, check out my book, Words of Grace. It's really good. People are telling me. I'm glad. Links in the description box. Speaking of which, all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box with lots of cool links to check out. If you want to book me, the easiest way is just find me on social media at this point. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, any of that. I book people all the time that way, particularly return clients if you know, we're friends. But I never read anybody's profile before I read them. Ugh, that's cheating. I'm not allowed to get away with that. So, no worries. And, yeah, one last thing I want to say. They keep reminding me. I do not understand. I mean, I do understand, but it makes no sense to me why anyone would ever do a thumbs down on a YouTube general read. Now, it doesn't happen a lot on my channel, but, like, I of course I watch other readers. Now I'm following Ancestral Owl. Well, she did review my book, Words of Grace. If you want to check her out, how can I not? She's good, too. Biblical scholar. That's kind of cool, right? Scorched Earth, right? It's like, and these people work hard. You can tell they're not just like code wording, right? Oh, Ada Cunt's walking away. Some of us have been putting in, you know, decades. I started reading cards when I was 12. I'm 52. I know I don't look it, thank you. But you get what I'm saying, right? So when I see a thumbs down, that tells me one of 2 things. Either number one, person knows it's a general read and they just don't like that it's not a general read, not like there aren't 10 billion other readers on YouTube. The other is that it is their read, but they don't like what's going on back there. Kitty cats scratching shit up. They've been a lot of fun, my boys, this week, even though we're in Dark Moon. Get upstairs! I love my boys. They just like scratching shit up when I work. Anyway, enough of that. You get what I'm saying. Thumbs up to the reading. Even if you don't, even if it's not your reading, and I don't care if it's my channel or somebody else's, no idea the amount of work, unless you're a reader, what it takes, not just before to get ready, not just during, but after. I would love to have a forum of YouTube readers, right? Like maybe a big Zoom thing. Ask us all the same questions. What do you do after a reading? Like, Netflix and ice cream if I got it, right? Please, what do you think I do? Go back into meditation? Sometimes I do. All right, enough about me. Let's talk about you, my Scorps. All the decks that I read, blah, blah, blah. All I can ask from anyone watching any of my stuff on here is both feet on the floor if you can. If you can't, it's not a big deal. But you can focus on your breath because you're going to anyway. That's going to keep you here and now. And you'll hear me say breathe over and over and over again if you're new to the channel. Because that's how I keep myself tuned in. And believe me, they can take me away on a tangent, my pantheons. You ready? Let's do this. Let's take a nice deep breath. Nice Scorpio, deep down into the underworld, deep breath. As I call upon my ancestors of magic, of miracles, and of mysticism, please, starting with the magical spell card. It's by Lucy Cavendish, please. What is their element of fire, right? The spell fragment to help them hone, to focus their fire, right? Their will, their desire, their choices, what their passions, right? Their creativity. Being that it is a new moon, what is their magical spell card? This new moon in Gem, waxing to full in Cap. Study. I don't think this one has come out before. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. Now, keep in mind, study ain't just about school, literal. What are you learning? What are you learning? I mean, who is not faced with massive spiritual transformational lessons, right? Letting go of the toxic in your life, resetting boundaries, learning what boundaries are, breaking the chains of codependent ties with friends, lovers, families, etc. Who hasn't had lessons, right? But see, the thing is, Scorpio, this is where the energy part comes in. Yeah, I could give you 10 billion interpretations intellectually for any card in my hand. I'm good, I'm a Virgo. But it is that Pisces moon that this is so deeper than just surface level reading a book. Like, we have to let go of the word research. Oh, I'm researching it. No, you're not. You're doing an internet search. That's not research. Research takes years. Yeah? That's why my book, Words of Grace, is well researched, because every word in that book is in my voice and from my own experience, my own wisdom, right? And I'm a teacher, first and foremost. Yes, I've been a tarot reader longer, a card reader longer. But I never stop learning. When a witch stops learning, they're dead in the water, right? That's hubris getting in the way. So whether you're a witch or not, this is a really good thing to cast for, because you're asking your mind to be clear and strong and to let you study well and long. That is definitely a waxing moon thing, right? Because you only have so much discipline in a day. So said the Virgo. Please take a nice deep breath. Because we're going to take that fire and ask Archangel Ariel to get us the element of earth through the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. I love this deck. I got it like, oh, that'll be cute for the readings, and then I got into it. I was like, whoa, so right on. So let's see what Archangel Ariel has to say about this. You'll see why Archangel Ariel if you're new. Just breathe. As I call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel, please. You who are one of the 3 angels of the north, the powers of earth, the Archangel of Lyons, who's been with me since before I was born, apparently. What is the element of earth here, right? The Crystal Oracle, either what's written in the book, the message, maybe the stone itself, their own experiences with that stone, regardless of what's written in the book, that they need to kind of ground, anchor, and manifest this fire energy of study. This, new moon in Gemini to new in Cap. You know, that is really good for study, because Gemini is mutable air. It's like, ooh, let me read that and look at that and think about that, right? To Capricorn, which formalizes it. It's like first day of school and graduation. Snowflake Obsidian. Now, I use Snowflake Obsidian rarely. I used to have a vacuum ball, a big piece of Snowflake Obsidian, and it'll absorb anything you put in there, keeping in mind it is volcanic glass. It's beautiful. I love a nice piece of Snowflake Obsidian, but it can be volcanic. That's my experience of it. Let's see what Tony Carmine Salerno has to say about it. Empowerment, protection, ideas, and talents. Now, ideas and talents alone plugs right into that intention of study. You have so many wonderful inspirations, ideas, and talents that to date you have kept hidden. A Scorpio keeps something hidden? Never. Said no one ever. Protecting and nurturing them within the fertile and loving landscape of your heart and imagination, which is very Scorpio, they're showing me, right? Fixed water, right, is water that doesn't move, but it's like a pond, right? Like a koi pond, and has lilies growing out of it. It can be incredibly fertile. So this isn't just about creative ideas. This is something that really has some emotional validity to it for you. And rightly so. For the last few years, you have been like an... is that the right grammar? And rightly so, for the last few years have been like an incubation period, a time in which you have subconsciously been collecting creative fuel to be used at a later date, right? It's like, I mean, I live on Long Island, so we have all 4 seasons. Like, no one's storing up firewood in the summer. But if you do, you'll have plenty for winter, right? That time has now come. It's time for you to do this, right? You will soon begin to express and empower your ideas and inspirations as you discover practical applications for them in the physical world. And that's why the snowflake obsidian. It's a firestone. There's a joke there. It's a family joke. We're so tired of that name. For the physical world, it's definitely a grounding stone. Like I said, it absorbs, right? For me, at least. I used to do energy extractions with it in the 90s. Long story. It's time for you to shine. So don't hold back any longer. Scorp, it's time. But I get that you might want to, like, let me make sure I got all my T's crossed, my I's dotted with everything in the fucking solar system retrograde. I could understand that too. Right? Slow and steady has been winning the race for me. I don't know about everybody else, but there's something about pulling back and allow it to come to you when it's not a lazy thing. It's kind of cool, right? Because you're engaging on the inner. We become magnetic. Well, it's a divine feminine for you. Please take a nice deep breath. Healing with the Angels Oracle, our element of air. I call upon the angels and archangels of water. And the sign of Scorpio, the Gabrielites, please, I need one card in clarity for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. They've got study in their fire, snowflake, Sidian in their earth. What do they need to think about their element of air? This, really, the new moon in Gemini is different for you than any other signs because of this study card. To Capricorn. Dreams. It just said you have these dreams inside of you, these inspirations. What would the healing angel of dreams be? Now, look, I know a lot of people are like, help you get to sleep. Maybe. But not for you, Scorp. This is about helping you heal your relationship to your dreams. And I'm going to let you in on a little mystical thing I came across. We all have dreams. You want fame. Well, fame costs. And this is where you start paying with sweat. Comment if you know what that's from. 80s fucking flashback. You know, everybody has dreams, but not everybody has the courage or the support to manifest them as quickly as they want, right? That is a journey in and of itself. And the little piece of mystical information is that you didn't give you your dreams. They were assigned to you, sort of written into the character before you incarnated. Now, you can play the game as that character. It's like Sims, really, if you think about it. It's totally like video game oriented. Or vice versa. This world is video games are based on that. So of course you have free will. Love and fear is essentially, those are your choices at any moment. Right? So if you're not ready to proclaim your vision yet, right, then I can imagine you gathering roses while you may. But then that healing angel of dreams is really going to help you heal that. Look, this isn't just your dream. This is part of the divine plan. There are things written in my heart that I've tried so hard to erase and get rid of and to, to cut out. That's a little intense, harsh, like a virgin who can't drive. But if they're still there, they're still there. And I'm like, why is this still here? I don't even want this anymore. They're like, because this is what you signed up for, kid. And it's true. So, and of course, you're a Scorpio. Why not do a dream journal? I avoid dream diaries. First of all, I don't dream that much. What, you think me doing this every day is giving them... I think I'm venting my subconscious quite a bit, bringing through the messages here. But, dreams and personal symbolism are just that personal. So people read a dream dictionary and, it may have nothing to do with them. That's somebody else's personal interpretation of a dream symbol. Just saying. Forever young. Some of you are like, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? Oh, Carl. He's kind of hot for a spirit guide. Gotta say, you can look however you want. All right, let's do this. Your element of water in this probably is going to be pivotal. This deck, however, the Whispers of Love Oracle, I've been calling it the party turner because it will turn the party. All of a sudden you're like, oh, that's what this is about. And remember, emotion is huge for spell work. Otherwise, you're just the charm one's first season. The power of 3 will set us free. And everything explodes. Like, I don't buy it. Yep. Let the object of objection become but a dream. I remember all of them. Oh my god, that one, outside of love, outside of gain, no, only sorrow, feel only pain. I've texted people that. Okay, here we go. The higher selves of all involved. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that down and dirty Scorpio vibe here. That whatever this is, like that study could even be reconnaissance, right? If you guys are really good at keeping shit secret, which is why you're good confidants. But that dream card definitely lightens that, so please. Oh, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above for this Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, watching this video, receiving this reading, with study in their fire, snowflake obsidian in their water, and dreams in their air. What's their message? Inspiration, information, or insight they need this gem to cap. Uh-oh. 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 I would call this a semi-party turner. Look at your relationships. Look at your pattern in relationships. Mercury retrograde and Saturn retrograde, and if Uranus is retrograde, I hear they have a cream for that now. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Look, if you're being haunted by dreams, traumatic dreams, this is not for everybody, but Scorpios I know do this. Yeah, that protection, right? That it's giving you actual creativity. It's connected perhaps to your 2nd chakra, very Scorpio, right? Sex, money, power, creativity. And this study might very well be just about this, about looking at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Perhaps you have been holding back things. Oh, and we all do this. I hear what they're saying. We all do this. It's like because of unhealed trauma in the past. Sometimes we're afraid to speak up and show our creativity because we were what? Humiliated. Humiliation is the first controlling fear of 3. Carolyn Mace, Entering the Castle, great book. Had this conversation this morning with Mal Flanders, my podcast partner. We're going to get back to podcasting. We've just been wicked busy. And Carolyn Mace, when she talks about it, she goes, well, if you're really afraid of humiliation, I hope you get humiliated soon so you realize you live through it. And I don't give a shit what other people think anymore. Oh, that's my editorial, not Caroline's, I'm sure, right? So is there a pattern in your relationship where you really hold back or maybe even smother your dreams, your heart's desires, because you might have somebody there who shoots them down every single time? Now, I learned, the Florence Scovel Shinn, was it her first book? Power of the Spoken Word or something like that. The Collective Wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn. It's like back from last century. It's really good though. Basic Science of Mind stuff. And essentially what she says in that first book of the 4 in that series, the way I remember it saying it and the way I tell, don't hand your bubble to bubble poppers. And I get that. Like if you're totally on the covert, that you've got something bubbling up, some lava, some molten magma, creative fire inside of you that you're kind of studying, right? Let my mind be clear and strong. And I think that strong part is part of that because that strength is even spoken about here. And the word is here, right? It requires inner strength. So this could be spiritual study. This could be maybe you getting a little educational background to help you take what's inside of you and bring it out there. But I gotta tell you, I mean, if the codependent mantra comes up at last card down, we'll get there. I'm going to tell you the mantra there. Only I have to feel good about my choices. Unraveling codependence. Why do I know that one so well? Because I don't know, I think if you grew up in, the Western world, you've got codependent patterns, right? Where you kind of sacrifice your heart's desires and your dreams and your things to make other people comfortable. Never again. Never again, right? So, that's going to hit home for somebody. That may not be for everybody. But, you know, if there are relationship patterns that are toxic in your life, and who the hell gets away without any of those, right? No one ever. Then maybe this is looking into narcissistic personality disorders and borderline personality disorders, or maybe you're going more the spiritual route, you know? Look at the vampire archetype. That video I got on my channel, Vampires and Witches, it's very Scorpio, because it's all about power, right? How people siphon the energy off you, always complaining, always like shooting you in the foot. But it's your fault they shot you in the foot. Have you ever? Have you ever? All right, last card down. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. This will be the element of spirit. So let's say, you know, you cast for this with the snowflake, the study, cast for study with snowflake obsidian, calling to the healing angel of dreams, like, help me heal and have the strength that I need to do this. And I'm willing to look at my patterns and relationships, maybe to see where this started, and see the larger picture. This will be the element of spirit that will help you once that is cast or intended or whatever, to kind of feed it every day to full moon. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, the Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts. There's somebody involved here, and there's nothing more toxic than somebody's fear of evolving past them, right? It's shunting them, stopping them from following their dreams. That's ridiculous, right? It's understandable. Back in the hunter-gatherer days, it's like, no, you don't have time to do that. We have to get the harvest in. It's not like that anymore. Ancestral patterns. Oh, please, what is their perfect healing mantra? The element of spirit to feed this spell. Starting with the element of fire, study. Let their mind be clear and strong. Let them study well and long. With snowflake obsidian, that protection, that creativity, right? That they're nurturing something, that they are able to what? Then be authentic and share with the world what their dream is in some way. And there is that element of air, the healing angel of dreams, to guide them through this, to help them heal their relationship to their own dreams. But then they also have to look at their pattern in relationships from their own higher selves emotionally, because it requires inner strength to recognize that they need to change or modify their behavior. And maybe that's somebody else, but you know, you wait for other people to change, you hold your breath forever. So please, their perfect healing mantra to fuel all of this, to light it up this new moon in Gem to Full and Cap. Amplifying abundance. Oh my God. There are a handful of these that are just my absolute favorite. I love this one, particularly because the mantra, abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. When I was doing a lot of live streams last year during that, you know, thing that sounds like endemic, this one would come up a lot. So we actually put the mantra, this will help, Scorpio, it's a little twisted, you'll like it, to one of the Looney Tunes themes. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Hey, abundance is my birthright and I receive it now. Whoa, abundance is my birthright. You got it, right? Look, you got to make your spiritual practice palatable. I just prefer for it to be fun, and goofy is allowed. Are you kidding? There's probably a whole contingency of Ascended Masters. The Ascended Masters of Goofy. I was fucking goofy for a while. Till Pluto got involved. The planet. Stop. If you met my family, you would understand. It's like, how, what? What? I come from verbal people. Amplifying abundance. Abundance is my birthright, and I receive it now. And abundance isn't all about money, you know that. When you are abundant, you feel confident that life will always meet your needs, whether things go according to plan or not. Meaning that when what you want and what you need show up, you think you manifested it. But when you need, when what you need shows up but it's not what you want, you think you're doing something wrong. And that's not how this works. That's what the ego did with all that law of attraction manifestational stuff. Now, there's a divine plan to this. Sorry. I get a little, because I watch a lot of people abuse themselves. What am I doing wrong? It's like, nothing. You're fine. Love yourself. The rest will unfold as it needs to. Abundance is not a matter of having more than enough, which is the version I learned, but of seeing from the soul's perspective that only your ideas and beliefs can ever limit your experience. And I think until we learn that, we're always going to be yearning for something that's not here. And I think this past year and 4 months, 5 months, we've sort of seen that. We're still here. If you're still here, you're still here. Right? To see that it's really just the mind that limits. All right, they're giving me an example, and I love this. This might even be a Matt Kahn example. Louisiana, New Orleans, right? Oh, the food. I've only been once. I really want to go back. I went before Katrina. Had such a good time. We went Halloween. But, you know, you go back in its history, it wasn't the wealthiest place on planet Earth, right? So they had to, like, literally get stuff out of the swamp. Now, most people would not want to eat something out of a swamp, but when you have so little, you're forced to use your mind and your creativity to learn that everything you need is already here. But I don't see it. That's okay. Just go deeper. This is a great mantra for a waxing moon, let alone this situation. Abundance is a readiness to be supported by the universe. Okay, here's a lawyer's thing, raised by lawyers. Abundance is a readiness to be supported by the universe in exchange, Monet exchange, for letting your light shine at full capacity. That's why if you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably noticed a lot of alchemy from lead to gold. More my light is shining. I don't give a crap who likes it or doesn't, right? I don't care about my numbers anymore. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission from God. This mantra is ideal for unraveling beliefs of lack and scarcity. Of course it would. Overcoming fear, which feels like that patterns in relationship has to do with that, and increasing confidence. This is a total puzzle piece read. They all fit together. Let me put it together for you with my pantheons of the divine with a little energy blessing, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath, both feet on the floor, Mark. As I call upon my pantheons of divine, my ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, Archangel Ariel, the Gabrielite angels, and the Archangel Gabriel, the higher selves of all involved, and the ascended masters of soul contracts. Please, may the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need. This new moon in Gemini waxing to full in Capricorn, that they may revisit their dreams during this Mercury retrograde in Gemini, new moon and all, so that they could get a new perspective and call in this angel to help them heal their dreams, to understand that they haven't failed, but that there is a journey, a hero's journey of creativity underway for them. That is to amplify their abundance, understanding that abundance is their birthright, and they receive it now, meaning that their birthright is that they are one with all that is, that we are all one with one that is, that we are spirit and form. We come from a place that is limited to a place that appears to have limits on everything. Nobody lives forever here. Where we come from, there is no death. That's why we come here. It's like a vacation, sort of, right? So they receive it now. The gifts of the eternal are always here now, but Scorpios have the better chance of tuning to it on the inner, so that they can keep their fertility, their creativity, their dreams alive within themselves, even if they need to be protected until they find, by looking at their patterns of relationships, ways to really change their behavior, the way they're looking at things, the way they're feeling about these dreams and aspirations, so that they can find the practical application through some form of study of their soul, of their heart, of their path, of their creativity, of the physical means by bringing it into the world. So let their mind be clear and strong. Let them study well and long for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as I will it, so let it be done, so mote it be. And so it is. Wait for it. I'm doing that for me so that when I edit, I'm like, I did nail it, right? Oh, dear Scorpios. Well, look, if you like the reading, like it. This was not a barn burner because it's something happening more inside of you for sure. But if you like it, like it. You want more, subscribe, comment below what is the hidden dream, because, you know, if nobody else knows your YouTube handle, you can say it here. Or if you would like to clarify this, I would do a work, career, vocation reading for you like that. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Send me a private message. I do check those daily and I get notifications. So yeah. Otherwise, check out my book, Words of Grace. It may be helpful, particularly that second chakra stuff going on there. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best. And very, very blessed, my beloved Scorpios. This new moon in Gem to full moon in Cap. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.